CBS 2 legal eagle Irv Miller has been combing through the indictment. Irv, if we can go to you, what stands out to you?
What stands out to me is the information that is new in the indictment. There are things alleged in here that we've never heard about before. But I have to tell you, Brad, the thing that has stuck out to me most is when the U.S. attorney kept using the words, "this is an ongoing investigation," which means he's basically saying to a lot of people out there that know something, I think you guys should give me a call tonight. And I guarantee you that there's a lot of lawyers meeting with their clients right now trying to determine what their next step is going to be. Do I play hardball with the U.S. Attorney's Office, or do I try to talk to them to try to work out some kind of deal?
Yeah. Irv, along those lines, let's talk timeline. So they mentioned in this press conference that this is something that was dating back a decade, this alleged criminal enterprise, and then now it took years for this to come together. Next steps in terms of actually seeing a resolution to this, now that he's been indicted?
Well, you know, resolution to this is probably months, if not years away. I mean, things don't go quickly in any courthouse, let alone the Northern District of Illinois in these days of COVID. But you're going to see little bits and pieces on pretrial motions. You're going to learn eventually who is cooperating. That was the word that Dana used a few minutes ago, and that's the important word. Who is cooperating? The other thing that came out in this indictment and the U.S. Attorney's press conference is he all but admitted there's wiretaps. And, you know, that's one thing all defendants fear, to have their own words on tape for a jury to hear. The other thing is, in the indictment, it talks about multiple emails, maybe not from Madigan, but by people around him. And those are bits and pieces of evidence that are golden to a prosecutor. So I suspect that these potential defendants out there, or even current defendants, are talking to their lawyers saying, what do we do next?
Irv, I guess if you're a Chicagoan, if you're in Illinois, and you almost have a sense of corruption fatigue. We hear about corruption so much as if it's just a matter of life. 4 of the last 11 governors have gone to prison. But what is outlined here in this giant indictment is the corruption that really oppresses people. It is tax dollars that are wasted. It is giving people jobs to friends while other deserving people don't get those jobs. It is giving contracts to buddies when there are potentially other businesses. They started to lay out a narrative that is a real damning indictment against the type of human being that Mike Madigan was. Did they not?
You know, Brad, it's sad. I actually sat through part of the George Ryan trial. I sat through portions of the Rod Blagojevich trial over at the federal court. And I'd say to myself, boy, if any politician is watching this and knows about this, he knows to stay clean. He or she knows to stay clean and not get involved in this. Pay to play, how many times have we heard that? But it doesn't seem to change the politics in the state of Illinois. So yes, you and I as taxpayers, we eventually pay the price, and that is truly unfortunate about government in the state of Illinois.
All right, Irv, well, we know you will stay with us as we continue this coverage throughout the evening and night, so thank you. Stay with us for now.
Yeah, join Erica, myself, and the rest of the crew. We are going to continue this entire conversation at 5:30. Again, though, wrapping the headline, Mike Madigan, just the latest in a long list of other politicians here in Illinois who've been indicted on criminal charges.
Let's take a deeper look into those other cases, some of the most notable examples. Back in April 2009, former Governor Rod Blagojevich was indicted on charges accusing him of seeking to personally benefit from his position as governor, including trying to sell an appointment to a U.S. Senate seat. After 2 trials, he was found guilty and spent nearly 8 years in prison before his sentence was commuted in 2020 by then-President Donald Trump.
In December 2003, former Governor George Ryan, one that Irv Miller just mentioned, was charged in a 22-count indictment as well, including racketeering, bribery, extortion, money laundering, and tax fraud. He was found guilty on all counts, served 6.5 years in prison.
Current 14th Ward Alderman Ed Burke was indicted in May of 2019, charged with racketeering and attempted extortion. Burke's accused of trying to shake down developers behind the renovation of the old post office, as well as a Chinese businessman seeking a sign permit, with Burke seeking business for his law firm in return.
And you heard about Madigan's indictment first. If you have the CBS Chicago app to get alerts sent to your phone, just download it wherever you get your apps.